time to tune in and grab a seat. Food for thought, you in for a treat. Hot topics, knowledge being spread. It's like warm butter across the bread. Smooth, I know you like that. Flow with the grain and don't fight that. You want righteous love, you found the right match. With Marty McFly, they on the right track. Yeah, gotta dig the dirt to plant the seed. Spread roots till you sprout like a tree. Doni Jones, she the one you wanna see. Doni Jones live, this is where you wanna be. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live. It's Doni Jones live, Doni Jones live.
Hey, welcome to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy, Marty McFly, enjoying the day.
We are enjoying the day.
Trying to enjoy the day, yes.
But can I give my friend a little shout out?
Who?
It's my friend Gina. We're at her house.
Yes. We're broadcasting live from Gina's.
Yes, Gina Cavalli.
Yes.
She actually has a really cool thing that she does called 3 Things You Need to Know. It's a podcast. It's a show that she does where she puts some really interesting facts in about the life and the world and everything. And then she and I also kind of talk as moms and me as a woman of color and her being an Italian woman, and we talk a little bit about everything. So I want to give a little plug to Gina and Doni also.
You know, and I'm learning some stuff from her too. She has a show about autism, something about
on the Life on the Spectrum.
Life on the Spectrum, which is a fascinating show.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of highlights different people, but mainly people with autism.
That's right.
And you know, I think she brought out something the other day, and I know that was another show and everything.
Yeah.
But she brought out something the other day that I never thought about, like HBCUs don't have autism
Yeah, she said that.
programs
Yeah.
or something like that. And I gotta, because you know, I went to a HBCU.
I was gonna say you went to Morris Brown,
right? Represent Morris Brown.
So did Morris Brown not have an autism?
I didn't look into it.
No.
But see, I think that's a thing that a lot of us, if it's not on our radar, we don't pay attention.
We don't think about it. Yeah.
You know what? I never thought about diabetes, diabetics, sugar, anything like that until I became a diabetic.
Right.
You know, so they might have had scholarships for people that.
Man, you should go back and get your scholarship diabetes money.
Just do that.
I'm just
but so anyway, Gina has a great show that kind of highlights some things and brings up questions like that. So anyway,
I love that.
But
before we get into what I got going on, I feel like you always give me credit and our show credit and stuff like that. But for those of you that are just now joining the show, or those of you that have been around for a while, you know that Marty's also a pastor.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm a pastor. I'm not a happy pastor, but I'm a pastor.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
You know, I'm a pastor that deals with people, and that just frustrate me. But you know, and I'm serious when I said that. I'm not always happy being a pastor.
Right.
Because sometimes I'm learning that I have to really be mean and just can't be nice to people no more.
Well, you saw me. Actually, I held my composure together. Mm-hmm. I got a phone call, and it's funny because we're, getting ready to shoot and everything. We got a lot of stuff going on. And I was trying, but see, you know me so well. So I was trying to kind of get off the phone because we got to get ready to shoot. We got stuff going on. I got to go look at some job sites. And I was like trying to speed up my voice a little bit for the person on the other line to go, oh, she must be busy. The person slowed down. And it's so funny how sometimes in leadership, you want to go at a certain pace.
Right.
But you may have a vendor or a contractor or whatever that may not necessarily want to go at that pace. And this was some work being done at my house, like a driveway. But it's like the guy that does it, nice guy, but it's like he just kind of works at a different pace.
It's interesting, Doni, because when you was on the phone after you got off, I told you to calm down.
You did tell me to calm down. I was like, I am.
And you're like, I am calm. But see, what I realized is, and I deal with this too, when I get kind of frustrated or get amped up, like I got to be somewhere, I got to go somewhere, I'm ready to do this, I got so much on my to-do list, it seems like that is when everybody else is on slow mode.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's a person in the grocery store. That one little sweet old lady got to get right in front of you. When you got 2 things and she has a whole basket. Oh, excuse me, baby. You want to just push her out the way.
But you can't do that.
You can't do that. If you're driving, it seems like when I'm in a rush, that's when somebody slow want to be that Sunday driver gets in front of me. Even at church. So it's like, so then I say, okay, you know what? It might be my own energy that's causing this. Let me calm down. Because
I like that. I like that.
It's controlling my own energies.
And actually that is a real thing. Like I like to do meditation, and I like, you know, listen to motivational videos and stuff like that. And I was listening to Robin Sharma, and he talks about getting your vision, getting set, and then getting calm.
Yeah.
You know, like just breathing. And a lot of times people don't take time to breathe.
Right.
And just slow down. And I forget how I said it, but you can actually speed up by slowing down. Because a lot of times when you speed up, you make mistakes, you forget things, and you got to go back and fix something. Whereas if you slow down, it actually kind of helps things fall into alignment. I've done that with my kids. Like I'll be like pacing, just trying to get going, get out the house, got things to do and stuff like that. And then I wind up forgetting something. And the very next day, I got stuff going on, and I'll catch myself, and I was like, no, we're not doing this. And I'll deliberately move super duper slow.
Yeah.
Just to kind of reset my energy, you know, and I just think that is so powerful.
You know, they said the most intimate thing that you can do with your body is breathe. Take that that time of just,
yeah.
You know, that's an intimate time with your body, and it calms you down, slows you down. Yeah. And you're kind of right, because you slow down and you can get things more done a little bit more, I say thoroughly, because you kind of think
because you're thinking things through. But you know what I'm thinking through this week? Okay, and I hate dating shows, but I got to give a shout out to my girl, Kylie Jones. She is getting ready to go to college.
Oh, yes, if you don't know who Senator Kylie Jones is.
Not Senator.
Oh,
no, Kylie. Soon to be, right.
No, this is Donnie's oldest that she claims. The oldest is going out.
My baby is going to hear this. I claim both of my kids, okay?
Yeah, right.
Kylie and Megan. So,
and what school is she going to?
She is going to Sweetbriar College, and I'm so proud of her. She's going to be riding horses there. She's studying psychology with a minor in business, and she's just a powerhouse, and I'm very, very proud of her. So for those of you moms and dads and, you know, relatives out there that have somebody going off to college, I feel you. I feel your joy. I feel your pain.
How does that really feel? I'm saying that the first one getting out of the nest, you know, all these years you've been, you know, with your daughters and everything,
you know what?
And now it's like that chapter is turning.
I keep saying I'm totally fine, right? Okay, but your body knows better. Like you can psych everybody. Like I can tell y'all I'm totally fine, right?
Oh yeah.
But you can't psych yourself out. So I never get sick. I very rarely, if ever, get sick. You know, and I'm not really sick now. I just don't feel 100% myself. You know, because I wouldn't come around you if I had something that was communicate.
Yes, you would.
Oh my gosh. I would not come. Okay, that's different. Okay, I ain't got COVID. So anyway, I wouldn't come around you if I was, you know, sick or whatever. But I have just felt run down. You know what I mean? And my brain has felt a little cloggy. Even Saturday, I hung out with Gina, my friend, and I was just like, I just having a hard time putting my thoughts together. You know what I mean? I felt a little flush, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? I have the whole day off. And I feel like I'm going at 100 miles an hour, and I don't have anything to do except for enjoy my time off. And then it hit me last night. This is stress. This is well, not just stress, but it's emotions. Like I'm not letting myself have the emotions. People keep going, are you going to cry? Are you okay? And I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I'm prepared for this. I'm good. And I think this energy is coming out in me not feeling 100% myself.
Oh yeah, you haven't been yourself for maybe about 2 weeks. When you start thinking about this?
Really?
Oh yeah. Because I think we even talked about it last week. We were doing the taping, and I'm like,
you asked me what am I on? Yeah.
What do you want? Yeah. What do you want?
And I was like,
different. You know, and then it's just like just noticing your personality.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of times people will say I'm fine. You know, but it's like okay, your words are fine, but your habits, your conversation, your focusedness.
Yeah.
I've noticed like something changes. She about to miss her baby.
Why is he messing with me all of a sudden?
She about to miss her baby. You know, so that's if anything, I am proud of you. You know, you I don't want to say risen, but you raised a really nice young lady that is going off to be her own little young lady, and don't think about everything you did in college. You know, she has her own life, and she's going to enjoy it. So
absolutely.
But
I'm really proud of her though. But you know what's funny? I think this is how emotion works, and I'm fine. But I keep saying that every time I say I'm fine, you're like, no, you're not.
That's when you realize you're not fine.
You're really not fine. So just admitting that to you, that it must be emotions, all of a sudden just has me really flush with emotion right now.
I'm about to get you some tissue.
No, I was getting ready to say it again.
No, I'm fine. I'm looking at you. But you know, we're going to take an early break. I want you to get yourself back together and everything. But right now, you're listening to Doni Jones Live with Doni, who's emotional right now. Marty McFly. And if you want to contact us, the correct number is 1-888-349.
You told me it was 866.
You had me kind of flustered.
Is it 888 or 866? 1-888-349-DONI.
Yep.
That's Doni Jones Live. You listen to Doni Jones Live with me, Doni Jones.
And that guy, Marty McFly. So we're going to take a break while I fix Doni. 1-888.
That's exactly what
we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Doni Jones Live. Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live. Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live. Doni Jones Live.
Get on top of it before they do. About every 30 minutes, tipped furniture or a falling TV sends an injured child to the emergency room. Preventing tip-over incidents is easy, inexpensive, and only takes about 5 minutes. Learn how to secure your furniture and TVs to protect children at anchor.gov.
Hey, welcome back to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady.
Yeah, and I am your violinist for today.
Is that even a thing, violinist? I don't think it's violinist.
Okay,
yeah.
well, you get the point. We got our Kleenexes here, our tissues, because I'm trying to do the nice little music and everything.
I did just get a little emotional.
I
did. Okay, I guess I am feeling emotional about this girl going, you know?
Yeah. How's your husband feeling about it?
My husband's cool as a fan. He's really chill and laid back, you know? Just a few little tears because my baby's getting ready to go away. So what else is going on? Let's change subject. Yeah, so what else was happening? You're not going to let me leave this subject, are you? But you know what it is? You know what it is? It's a culmination, and we've talked about this on the show. Right. I think for me, what's so emotional is that I look at the young woman she's become. And I look at motherhood. If you asked me when I was like anywhere from about 12 to about 18, you know, when they start asking you, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Right.
I always said I wanted to be a mom and a businesswoman. That is all I've ever wanted to be, was a mom and a businesswoman. And the reason why I wanted be a businesswoman, because, you know, I wanted to become successful, whatever. Right. But the real reason why I always said mom was because of the stuff that I went through as a kid. Seeing my mom, in my opinion, not quite get it right. She wasn't the most nurturing person. So to me, I looked at motherhood as an opportunity to right the wrongs that I felt like I went through as a kid. So I took a lot of pride in being a mom. I mean, I read books and, talked to other moms and went to trainings and stuff because I wanted to be a good mom. So to see that this young woman has blossomed into who she is, it's like, it's like any goal in life, like you achieve the goal and you feel these emotions. And I guess for me, it's almost like looking at a lifehood of trauma. It's just like it's okay.
Right. You feel like you kind of fixed your wrong, or the thing that might have you missed out in your life.
Yeah.
You wanted to fix it in her life, which is wonderful. You know, I can't say that I had that same experience.
Well, no, you had a great childhood, dude.
I had an okay childhood, but I grew up, I wanted to be a stripper.
Okay. Oh my God.
And, I looked at other people stripping and stuff like that. I just didn't have the body, but I tried. Like I told you, my name was Yellow Butter.
Oh my God. He is not kidding, by the way.
I even had a little yellow outfit,
Oh my gosh.
But I had to put on suspenders because I couldn't keep the underwear up. So it just wasn't.
There was other reasons he had to put suspenders.
I didn't have a body. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you put goals in your life.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it's funny, but at the same time, it's an interesting thing where sometimes things happen in life that it does shift you from your goals.
Yeah.
But I will commend you from saying, a lot of things have happened, but you said, okay, I'm still going to be a mother.
Yeah.
I am going to have a company. I'm going to have employees. I'm going to still fulfill my dream.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm going to be a great mom too.
Yeah.
I think some people, they'll cut one thing off to be the other.
Right.
Like I'm going to cut my career off to just raise my kids, and after they grow up, then I'm gonna try to find my life again.
Well, that's actually kind of what happened when they got to be about 7 or 8, 6, 7 years old. We were blessed enough to have a nanny for a while, you know. And I remember, you know, we had moved to a certain neighborhood, and you know, I'm feeling myself, or I'm successful, whatever. And my nanny was in there making eggs for my daughters, and my daughters were sitting at the counter waiting for her to put the eggs down. And I was walking out the house to go to work. And in that moment, it hit me. I was like, this is not success to me. I was like, success to me is me doing that stuff, me being the mom. And I'm not saying people that have nannies aren't mom. That's not true.
Well,
everybody's a mom. However you got to mom it, great. But I wanted to be that mom that was cooking the eggs. And I wanted to be the mom that was dropping the kids off at school. So, you know, I switched things and
certain things
started
I would
doing
say
it myself.
And I think we talked about this before.
Yeah.
Because you look at that as like, dang, I'm messing up.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's how I felt.
If I had somebody cooking my breakfast,
you silly,
I think that was success. And I can just sit and talk to my kids and say, yeah, can I have some more eggs too?
No.
Like, can I get some more coffee? That, having to sit down, I can talk to my kids and somebody else.
Yeah, no, but there is something. But food,
I can share with y'all together at the table while somebody's serving.
Yeah, but there's something. I feel like it's the, you know how when your mom cooks, it's special. Like when you go to your mom's house and she's made something,
if your mom can cook,
yeah. So like I remember, even though I had issues with my mom, whenever she made food, I felt loved. I felt it was special, or we'd all be around the table because she cooked, you know, and she was actually a really good cook. So to me, I wanted to be able to give that to my kids, you know, and I didn't want somebody else doing that. And let me tell you something, Patricia, I love you so much, and you and I still friends. We know each other on Facebook. You're out and watch it. Okay. I love you. I got to say something real quick.
Okay.
The eggs that they liked from her, they were just like really hard eggs. And I was like,
they like them, and you take them away. I can do them better.
Right. Yeah. But I love her. I love them. They love those eggs. They loved them. But it was because of the love and energy that she put into it. So, but anyway.
Well, you know, it's interesting, and I'm going to go a little bit religious in a sense, but at the same time, it's how we come together. You hear about communion. Well, in the beginning, it was called the Eucharist, where every living thing, in a sense, was at peace. You know, and they come to a table where they eat and break bread at.
Right.
In our families, we come together at the dinner table. Yeah. When we were younger, we cook a Sunday meal, everybody come around the table and we can share. Yeah. Now that has moved on because Uber, I'm gonna eat over here, I'm gonna eat over there. But I think one of the things that you was missing was that communion. Yeah. Communion, you know, of being there, because you know, like if I go out to eat, I love just being out to eat with my wife and we sitting there talking. That's right. You know, that's the communion. I don't care who's cooking or whoever's not cooking. Yeah. It's that time together of spending time sharing a meal. I agree. You know, and I think that's one of the things that. Well, I did still let her clean the house. I know that's what I was about to say, because you said you're gonna start cooking the eggs, but did you make her do the dishes? Y'all couldn't do the dishes. I don't think we should have this conversation. Oh no, you're gonna pick and choose. You can take the trash out, Mr. Patrice, but you ain't gonna cook for my kids. Can we not use name? Well, I already did. You just said I didn't even know who Patricia was. Is that her real name? I love her so much. She's actually doing really well, and her daughter and my daughter grew very close, like sisters almost. So yeah. How is that? Because that's very rare. What? That it was like your housekeeper? Yeah. Well, she was a nanny. She was a nanny. Yeah. Your housekeeper. Oh my God. And your housekeeper's kid. Yes. Was your kids' friends too. Yeah. Because they were about the same age, and so she could bring. Oh God. You remember seeing that? So on another note. You know, I don't ever think that, you know, when they came from across the tracks and they had to clean their houses up, they could bring their kids over too. Yeah. Well. I'm a family person. I'm a family-oriented person. Can't cook no eggs. Oh gosh. Wash them dishes. On a serious note. No, so that's what's been happening with me, is dealing with the emotion of my baby going. But I should ask you in this segment before we wrap up. This is good right here. Why are you messing with me? Just finding out about you and your babies and how. Well, I'm saying because when I left to go to college, well, actually, when I left home, I didn't go straight to college first. I just left home. I didn't realize the impact that I was leaving on my mom, because I was the last one to leave the nest. You were the baby. I was the baby, so I was just like, I don't want to be in a small town no more. I graduated on Friday. I was out of the house on Sunday. Oh, wow. Gone, you know. Yeah. And I didn't think about the impact of my mom.
Yeah.
You know, okay, all 5 of my kids are gone now.
Yeah.
And it's just me and this man that I married. You know, because they say that when your kids leave, you got to relearn your spouse again.
You do.
You know.
You do.
And I wonder how the dynamic will be with you, your husband. Well, you still have.
Well, I still have Megan at home, but the girls, because you know Megan's 16, Kylie's 18, so the girls have done little things like they'll be out with their friends, and they'll call me and be like, "Hey, why don't you and Dad go out to dinner?"
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you and Dad, jump in the pool? Why don't you and Dad watch a movie? Why don't you and Dad? And I'm like, what are y'all trying to say? Me and your dad do stuff together. But I feel like they kind of almost know that we have to, the world, our world doesn't just center around them. I mean, obviously our heart always will. But Kylie and Megan were talking to each other and they were talking about going out to dinner. And we love Indian food, right? It was a few weeks ago. And so I come in the kitchen and I was like, oh my God, are we going to go get Indian food? And they were like, oh, we were going with our friend. I was like, oh, so y'all ain't coming with me. Nah. So it's like you do get to this point where you're like, okay, one day it's just gonna be me and my hubby. So, but it goes back to what we always talk about, even in business, there's transitions in life. And I'm in that transition right now.
Yep. It's interesting, it's your reward.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing. I was listening to a podcast the other day that made me really re-understand the word reward, or even think about it differently, because we always hear about, whatever you work for, you get your reward in it. Yeah. But then they broke down the word ward, where they have like the maternity ward, they have the prison ward, they have the children's ward and all this. Yeah. These are rooms. Yeah. And every time you graduate, in a sense, you get rewarded. You get moved to a new place. Yeah. That's it could be in your business. Yeah. In your family life, when you do a good job in the church, you get rewarded to the kingdom. You get moved to another greater position. Yeah. But something of just saying that what you've done, I can see your reward. And she's moving forward with her education and stuff. And she ain't graduating and just gonna stay in mommy's house.
No, she's moving on. But seriously, if you guys are just checking us out right now, I'm Doni the Tree Lady.
I am that guy, Marty McFly. And if you want to give us a call or a contact, say something that you like us, don't like us, you can call us at 1-888-349-DONI, or you can send us an email at Doni Jones Live. And Doni is spelled with 4 letters, D-O-N-I. But the other thing is, we want you to reach out to us on social media also. Like, share, subscribe, go on YouTube, look up Doni, D-O-N-I, Doni Jones Live. Facebook, Instagram, all of that. You had me just going through like only 4 letters. Doni.
No, Doni. Doni.
I always try to do the math in my head. Like,
I'm gonna hurt you.
And I always see
Doni, D-O-N-I, at Doni Jones Live. Also, if you have a question for us, or if you have a suggestion for a show or a topic you'd like for us to talk about, we'd love to hear from you. And we just want to comment. So there, Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick break. You're listening to Doni Jones Live with Doni Jones and Marty McFly. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Nearly 160,000 students stay home from school each day to avoid getting bullied. More than 8 million people have an eating disorder in America.
You're ugly, worthless, and stay.
When you say something hurtful to someone, you can't erase it. It hurts.
Things like this are serious. It's a cry for help when you have no voice. It can end in suicide.
If you see or know somebody that's cutting, help them or tell an adult.
Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni the Tree Lady, and I'm gonna choke that guy.
Look, I gotta tell always my
Are you gonna say your name?
If you don't know my name by now, no.
If they are just tuning in, they don't
late.
know your name.
They late if they just tuning in.
His name is Marty McFly.
Yeah, I
Go
am
ahead.
that guy, Marty McFly. Now I forgot what I was about to tell you anyway. But no, actually that's what it was. Sometimes I have to be real with people.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes I have to do it, nicely or whatever.
Yeah.
But sometimes, when you're dealing with clients and people that deal with us, and I'm kind of switching it. Sometimes people will tell you what you want to hear.
But that's just it. We're talking about a
can't do that.
specific issue.
With clients.
And the
people.
funny thing is, the person that we're talking about told me one thing and told him something totally different. But the funny thing is, I didn't ask him. He just calls me up out of the blue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. Well,
I called my wife up out of the blue and said, baby, I love you. That don't mean it's true right now. I'm saying I've been married 16. I don't love her every day. I like her, but not every day.
Marty. Did you really just say that on radio?
It's the opposite way. I love her every day.
You love her every day, but you may not necessarily like her every day.
Most of the time, I don't. But but no. Sometimes clients, I will call some clients and just just want to make sure everything is good with you. I know that podcast, whatever we produce, I know it's going to get really, really good legs. I do want to show that I'm interested in what you got going on.
Right.
But sometimes it's like, not really.
Right.
I'm saying like that client that called you, that gave you that compliment.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. In any of that subject or that phone call, did he ask you about money?
No.
He didn't?
No. You talking about the one where I went and did an estimate? For those of you that don't know, I own a tree care company here in Atlanta, Georgia, Don's Tree Service. So you're talking about the client I went on.
I was talking about the individual that you had just said that called you.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that was
that
about
called you out the blue.
Yeah,
and
that
just
was
said, I like what you got going on.
Yeah, that was
by
about
the way,
an open invoice. Yeah, that was.
Interesting.
Yeah, but he led with
Yeah, he led with something.
See, I'm so gullible.
But yeah, you're doing a great job. I love you, but can you cut me a check real quick?
It was a conversation like that. It was.
Yeah.
See, he don't call you with those kind of things.
They don't call me.
But anyway, during this segment, we like to talk a little bit about entrepreneurship.
Yes. Sorry, we got a little off.
Yeah.
I got a little off. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. And we were talking about customer service and vendor relations and how your mental attitude and the energy that you bring to affects your whole team and affects your whole vibe. And I think as a business owner, I'm learning more and more that I have to control my mental state in order to be able to have a better handle on my environment, And you were talking about that also with the church that you
with the church, you have to start. You as a leader, the emotion starts from you too.
Yeah.
If you come in negative, everybody under your staff, they're going to be negative too. So I have to consciously, even as they say, fake the funk sometimes. Because I'm saying I'm a pastor, but I'm normal. I'm human. That I might have a bad day.
Yeah.
But I have to make sure that I have a mental well-being. That when I go in, I'm not upset with you. Everything is happy, joy. And that's hard to do sometimes. But if you reshape your mind, you can reshape your day.
That's right.
You can the things that come and play in your life, like somebody cuts you off.
Yeah.
Depending on how your mind is, you could say you could blah 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 blah, cuss them out.
Yeah.
Or you just say, you know what? It's hard to say I pray for that person, but you know what? That might have just saved me from an accident.
That's true too. Like we don't look at the long-term ramifications of how we interpret things. And I think nowadays more so than ever, companies are going to have to do that because you're starting to see instances where people aren't doing that, and it's causing violence on airlines, it's causing violence in grocery stores, it's causing violence in restaurant. And I think all of that kind of relates back. Yeah, it's the environment that we're in right now, but it's also the tone that companies set for their people. You know what I mean?
Well, it starts with I think Disney has a great model. Disney, I
got a little problem with Disney right now, but go ahead.
Johnny, there's not too many people you don't have a problem with. But the business model of what they have, doing above and beyond to try to do great customer service.
That's right. Well, Chick-fil-A has the same thing too.
They try to do above and beyond, and it resonates through their business and through a lot of their employees. Not all of them. I'm saying you're always going to have a bad seat.
Right.
You fired enough people. You know that.
Yeah.
You're always going to have a bad seat, but the representation of the owner falls down onto the staff. I even look at churches. If you look at a pastor that has his doctorates and he's real highbrow and educated, you can see the congregation and who they are. A lot of times, and I'm not talking negative about anybody's church, but a lot of times they're a little bit more highbrow.
Yeah.
You know, they nose a little bit. No,
a little nose up in the air. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and the ones that is like, look, I studied in my basement. God just told me I need to preach, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna start me a church. You can look at their congregation and you can kind of tell they kind of cater towards them. You know. So any business in the same sense, even that pink fellow that was in the White House, the people that are under him, you can almost look at them and say, I can see the mannerisms from the leader. Yeah, well, it always starts at the top down. Exactly. It always starts at the top down. Right. But that also makes me think about how, as a leader, if we don't start doing that, like nothing will change. People are always talking about, I want there to be a leader. I want things to change. I want the world to change, instead of leading from their own space. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't think people are I think some people are doing that, but I don't think it's being done in such a way to where it's creating institutional change. And I think we're going to hit up against a brick wall soon if we don't start adhering to that type of change. And I like to always throw things back on me. Right. And I say it like this. If I'm a frustrated business owner, my business is frustrated.
That's right. Yeah.
If I'm frustrated as a pastor, my church is running frustrated.
That's right.
You as Doni, you know, the tree lady, if you're frustrated and don't have everything together with you, it affects your whole company. It does. And so it's like, I heard earlier that you and Gina brought up something that really I was dealing with, and I didn't know that it was the results of it. Yeah. But I've been feeling, I can't cuss on radio, but I've been feeling really good. Yeah. The last 6 months.
Why would you curse on radio?
Because I wanted to say I've been feeling really good.
Okay, got it. Okay. I was like, okay.
And it's because, you know, not drugs or anything like that. Well, maybe one or two of them.
There's a pause there.
But yeah, maybe one or two drugs. But no, but actually getting up, working out. Yeah. I didn't realize, because on this show, I made a commitment some months ago that I was going to actually get up.
And he actually does it now.
And I go out every day and I work out. But it changed the way I viewed myself, the way that I saw other situations, my energy level, my positivity. All of this stuff changed. And even I can see the people in my church, you know, over the last 6 months, starting to kind of, and it might just be my perception of them, but the morale is starting to change.
But I don't think it's just perception. And I think when a leader starts doing that, it does change everything. For example, even because we like to talk about real world situations and not just vague stuff. For example, in my company, we attract a certain type of client. Now, we have customers all over the place, all different colors, all different nationalities, everything. But when we get a customer that is just very anal, very, you know, nitpicky, very highbrow, very, just that kind of irritating, you know, chalks on a whiteboard, a blackboard type personality, chalkboard. That doesn't fit into the culture of our company. But it's the same thing with people that we attract to our company. We don't attract those kind of people because that's not who we are. Right. You know, so by changing how I navigate the world, by changing how my energy goes out into the world, I then change what comes back to me.
Right. You know, that's a whole different conversation for a different day about the vibrations and how everything is connected. Everybody is connected.
We did a show about that.
Right. And if whatever I think and meditate on, that it kind of like just like sea waves, they go out, your waves go out, and it brings what you're focusing on back into you.
Right, absolutely.
A lot of people focus on the negativeness.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, and then it's like, I'm surprised everything's just going wrong. Right. It's like I'm counseling people, and it's never just one thing that's going on in their life. It's this, that, and they can never change the way that they view life. Yeah. It's like everything is wrong. I know I'm gonna get evicted in 3 months. And then in 3 months you get evicted.
But you could have did something about it 3 months earlier.
And it's funny, when we first started this, that's why I said, you know, sometimes I am not happy as being a pastor because I have to give them that real information. Yeah. You know, somebody did call me, that's a true story, and I don't give names on this one. But they did call me 3 or 4 months ago and said, I'm being evicted and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Yeah. Okay. Well, what are your options? Blah, blah, blah. They gave me a whole bunch of different reasons. I didn't hear from them anymore. Didn't see them anymore for 3 months. 3 or 4 months. And they called me yesterday or the other day. Yeah, Pastor, I got evicted. And I ain't got no money, and I need some help in this. And me, myself, is like, and I don't care if anybody look at me wrong. If I have never seen you in my church at all,
come on
a Sunday morning especially, but if I've never seen you in my church at all, don't come asking me for money.
Yeah. And that's a real deal. That's a real deal.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that, and I'm not trying to take the onus off church, but get it. Oh man, I want to talk. We're going to talk about this in the next segment. At some point, which is I think where I was trying to go, was personal accountability.
Yes.
Personal responsibility. And as a culture, as a community, and you know what stations this goes out to, and you understand what the demographic is that we, put this out to. We got to get to a point where there is some personal responsibility for the situations that we're in.
Right.
We can talk about mindset stuff all the time. We can talk about what books to read, what habits to change, but you actually have to pick yourself up
and do something.
And do that thing that we're talking about doing. But we'll jump into a little bit of that on the last segment, but I just felt like that needs to be said, the personal accountability.
Take all the personal, they certain parts of the Bible they love to read, but they don't read the whole thing, like you fly like eagles, eagle's wings and all that stuff. But they forget about the eagle had to flap his wings.
They had to do something. What did you say? Oh, I want you to say that. But anyway, we're going to take a quick break. Yep. We'll be right back. You're listening to Doni Jones Live. I'm Doni, the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy, Marty McFly. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Nearly 21 million people have diabetes in the United States. We're going to ask the people here what they know about diabetes.
Overweight. I only can think of one, sorry.
Maybe high blood pressure.
It was mostly through hereditary. Yeah, was the big risk.
I know it affects the kidneys and the whole renal system. That's about as much as I know.
I don't know much about diabetes, so I don't know how you, other than getting tested or having a doctor tell you, I don't know how you would know that you have it. So my assumption would be yes.
Yes, people living every day with diabetes not realizing they have it.
Yes, I think so.
It definitely is kind of crazy to not know that you have diabetes, but yet, you can still go on and live your life.
I absolutely believe that there's a lot of people that don't realize they have it and just shuck it off to low blood sugar, or I don't want to go to the doctor. And
I think it's possible because he had it and he didn't know he had it. So.
Yeah, because my aunt, she was just diagnosed with diabetes not too long ago, and she didn't know she had it, and she had it for a while, the doctor said.
Well, I didn't know that.
It's kind of surprising to me because I would think people would know more about their health.
Wow, I hope I'm not one of those numbers. Jeez Louise.
To learn more, you can go to the website, www.diabetes.org/alert. Check out the 7-step questionnaire, which will determine whether you're at risk of having diabetes. And
Oops. Uh-oh.
Get on top of it before they do. About every 30 minutes, tipped furniture or a falling TV sends an injured child to the emergency room. Preventing tip-over incidents is easy, inexpensive, and only takes about 5 minutes. Learn how to secure your furniture and TVs to protect children at anchor.gov.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Welcome back to Doni Jones Live. I am Doni, the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy, Marty McFly, just trying to make it through.
You are trying to make it through. And you've had some challenging make it throughs lately because people can be a little bit crazy.
Always, especially in religious stuff.
That's why I stick to business.
I should. This guy, and it's funny, this guy I was talking to last week, and he called me for counseling. He said, Pastor, I apologize. He said, but I brought a gun to church.
Oh, geez.
And I brought it in the sanctuary, and I felt bad about it. But if somebody came in there, Pastor, and was threatening you, I would probably just want to shoot them.
Right.
And I said, I would hope you would. You know, I hope you would, because I don't want you to have a second thought after I get shot.
Right,
Say,
right. Should I do this?
Should I do that?
Right, right.
You know, but it's funny, you know, and I want to make sure that I'm clear on certain things, because if you've listened to the show, you know, I've been a pastor for some years, and I really do love what I do. I don't like the people sometimes,
right?
But I love what I do.
Yeah.
And here's the thing why is because just like the hospital, sick people go to the hospital.
Right.
Well, sick people go to church.
That's right.
And on a regular basis, I deal with some of the sickest people that their heart is in the right place, but it's just like everything else in life. Is they want somebody else to fix them or change them without them doing anything.
Well, it's funny you say that, because that's always my struggle as somebody, you know, periodically we'll get asked to speak someplace, or we'll ask to, you know, write a comment about something, or make a statement about something, or somebody will come to me and they want to take me to lunch to get advice, right?
Right.
And I will tell people certain things to do to shift the direction of their life. And I cannot tell you how many people I've had these conversations with, and I'll call them the next week and be like, hey, did you do such and such? And it'll be something very simple I asked them to do. And they'll be like, no, but you know, I'm so excited. I'm going to go do this. And I'm going to do this. I was like, yeah, but did you do these 3 things that I asked you to do? Yeah, but I mean, I tried it. No. And people don't understand change comes by doing the little things. The little things. Manifestation does not happen without doing the hard work. And sometimes the hard work isn't even hard work. It's just being consistent with the little things.
Being consistent. You know? And that's really what it is like I said, I'm working out.
Yeah.
And all of my life, I've always wanted to get larger. I think when we first met,
we talked about, I want to get smaller.
I want to get larger.
He wants to get larger.
It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
It takes those daily things, those 1 hour, 30 minutes or whatever every day to make that long time change.
Yeah.
In your life, you got to do it the same way.
Yeah.
Even if it's, you know what, I want to just be more organized.
Yeah.
Would take 30 minutes of your day and try to organize something.
Yeah.
You know, or take 10 minutes or something of that nature. If you want to be an author, I even preached about this last week. If you want to be an author, start writing.
Start writing.
You know, I've heard people just say, I want to be an author, and you know, I want to get a good publisher. I want to get this, and it's been like 2 years, and it's like, have you
wrote anything?
The first chapter.
Yeah.
You know, now then you look at me.
I want to start a business. Have you at least researched it?
Right.
Have you at least talked to people about? Are you trying to get customers? One of my favorite things back in the day, and I know a lot of people don't necessarily use business cards now. Everybody does internet stuff. But I used to tell people, one of the simplest things you could do, you want to start a business, go get yourself a business card. And then, you know, when the internet came along, I was like, okay, get yourself a little website. Okay, get a telephone number. Well, I mean, this is before Mac. But it's like those little things. You got a telephone number, you got a business card, you got a website. And then start talking to people. Oh, well, you know, I'm not good enough to. You do not get better until you do the work. You have to do the work to get better. And you have to produce before you're productive.
Yeah.
You know, until you're good at it. You have to.
And you know what's interesting, Donnie? You're never as good as you want to be until you get out there. And I also like this. I've played piano majority of my life, but I was always scared.
Yeah.
I never played in front of people. You know, I would make music in the bedroom and stuff like that in school. But then I got a job. A friend of mine was like, look, we need a piano player at this church.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really don't play like that. He's like, they don't play like that.
He plays so good.
But but hear me out. This was then.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, this was then. I took the initiative because, well, I accepted it.
Yeah.
You know, because there was only maybe 10 people in the church anyway. So it was like, not too many people going to laugh at me.
Yeah.
But me stepping out there on faith made my skill levels increase. And then I became the piano player that I wanted to be. Yeah. You know, well, I'm not there yet. But it made my skill level even better.
That's right.
You know, it made me so much better because I got out there and I did it.
Yeah.
Those little bitty times that I was practicing, you know, it increases your chances to make it to your goal. Let's just say it like that.
Yeah.
So like even with you getting up every morning and you doing your exercises and stuff like that, I noticed today, I might not have noticed a while, but you have been slimming down.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm not just saying that because you're going to pay me later. But I'm saying, but no, I was saying because you were standing up and I was, you know, setting up the cameras and everything.
Well, you've seen years of me in front of the camera with, you know.
But see, sometimes the people that are closest to you don't see the change.
That's true.
You know.
Oh, you're getting ready to preach right now, aren't you?
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
People that are closest to you don't see the change, even though you're doing this everyday improvement.
Yeah.
You know, I do it every day. My wife, a little bit of change.
Yeah.
You know, it takes somebody else to notice it for her to notice.
That just happened to me yesterday. And you guys, we're talking about business, we're talking spirituality and stuff like that in life. But when we do this show, we want to give you guys meat that you can actually take home and utilize. So, for example, going back to how true what you just said is, yesterday, I weighed myself, and I don't know what I do know what I had. And it wasn't bad food, but I guess it had a little too much sodium in it or something. And I'm going through my whole female thing or whatever. And so I get on the scale, and it is definitely not what I thought it should be. I was like, okay, what the heck happened? So instead of taking control of my own mind and going, listen, you're doing really good. You got these jeans on, and you know, you got this shirt, whatever. None of that mattered. All that mattered was, you know, I did feel a little puffy around the midsection, still do, but that's another story. And what that scale said. So I started criticizing myself internally. Now, I didn't tell anybody else about this, but I started criticizing myself internally. I went and did an estimate for a customer that hasn't seen me in 6 months. And she goes, have you slimmed down? You look like you've slimmed down some. And I'm like, are you serious? She goes, yeah, I can tell. And I was like, are you just being funny? Is this God? She didn't ask me for a check. No, exactly. In fact, she wants to give me one. So I said, really? And she goes, yeah, why? I go, because this morning I was having a bad morning and I was really beating myself up because my results weren't what I thought they should have been on that scale, you know? And she's like, girl, throw that scale out. And she's right, you know? I don't do it all the time, but that day I thought it was going to be a different number
it's funny.
than it was. But it was somebody that doesn't know me that saw the progress, you know? And so sometimes if we just keep doing what we're supposed to be doing, even if it's just small incremental changes, those incremental changes add up to big changes, you know?
Yep. You know, you could fill a big gallon jug of water with just small drops. You know, just little small drops. It rises. So, in a sense, you know, continue, whoever's listening and whoever this is for, it's in a sense, continue doing the small things daily. You know, those are the successful people. Successful people just do the same things every day, little small things every day to achieve the goal. You know?
Well, I know we like to give people something meaty to leave with.
Yes.
Is there a book or a video or something you want to share with people that could, because that's another thing, guys, every week we're trying to leave you with something where you can go look at it, listen to it, and then actually implement the lessons in your life, because we really want, we believe that change can happen, and it takes each one of us believing that we're that person. We're always thinking that somebody else is the person. We're the people. You're the person.
Right.
So
So honestly, I don't, because I'm in transition with some books. You know, because I've been on one track of controlling your mind and making sure that your mind, you know, manifests your reality in a sense. So the first one that I've been reading, and I wanted to read a couple of times, was The Game of Life and How It's Played. But
that's a book. I just asked for a book. You just said it.
Right, but I've said that one before. But I've read that one before.
You did that one before?
And I'm moving into more of a psychology, because I want to understand more of people, not so much of, because I'm learning that people have just what they say, they're green people, they're orange people, things that make people who they are. You know, because
like the four, are you talking about like the four, sometimes some people say 5, some people say 4, the personality types? Okay, cool.
Personality traits, you know, because I'm talking to certain people and I'm like, I've talked to you before. I know this person.
Yeah, you've had this it might be a totally different person, but we've had this conversation before.
And now my goal is to how to identify where you at and how to get you where you need to go to. You know, so really understanding the psyche, because it could be anything from the birthright, or if you were born as the middle child versus the baby versus the oldest child. You know, the oldest child usually wants to take care of everybody. The youngest child is used to being taken care of.
I think next week we should talk a little bit about that on the show.
Me and my wife were both the babies of the family. We both are used to being taken care of. We have frustration because I want you to take care of me.
And she's like, I want you. Absolutely.
Middle child likes attention. You know. But anyway, so I am right now. I am trying to learn more about that.
Okay,
to say,
psychology.
Psychology.
Psychology and personality types.
Psychology and personality, because like even, and I don't know, this is not for everybody, but they say the younger one is usually the more creative one.
Yeah.
The more energetic. And I'm thinking of your two girls.
My girls, yeah.
The one that's more stoic and, mommy, you shouldn't do that. And the one
that
that's
would
out
be my
there
oldest.
doing her own music videos.
That's my youngest, yeah.
Right, but how they, so anyway, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm learning more about psychology, so I'm reading psychology books.
Okay.
But I don't have the name that I want to throw out there.
That's okay. Well, I do have one before we wrap up. And I may have mentioned this one before, but if you haven't got a book called The Universe Has Your Back by Gabby Bernstein, The Universe Has Your Back. It's not a religious book, but it talks about our relationship with the universe and understanding how things do fall into place and that we really do live in a friendly universe, but it's how we approach life. And so her name is Gabby Bernstein. She's a beast of an author, really awesome lady. And then of course you can get my book, From Failure to Fabulous.
Fabulous Failures by Doni Jones.
I'm gonna hurt him. From Failure to Fabulous. But anyway, guys, we've got to wrap it up. I'm Donnie the Tree Lady.
I am that guy, Marty McFly. And if anything, go out and do some great works for somebody else. Show some love to your neighbor this week.
Show some love.
Yes. We'll be back next week. Bye.
See ya.
It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
One man. One bottle. It doesn't seem like much. There are 7 billion people on this planet and 325 million Americans. We use 25 million plastic bottles every hour. Most of them are thrown away. We don't realize how much we waste. But if 10% of Americans decided to recycle newspapers, it would save 25 million trees a year. So the next time you finish reading a newspaper, or finish that last drop, instead of throwing it away, choose to recycle.
You may have wondered if you really need to wear a mask. Emergency physicians want you to know that covering your face when you need to be in public is one of the most effective and easy ways to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Even if you don't think you're sick, it's still smart to cover your nose and mouth with a mask or cloth because you could be infected and contagious, but not show any symptoms. Droplets of the virus emitted when someone talks, breathes, coughs, or sneezes can live in the air for up to 3 hours. Without a cure, personal choices and safe behaviors are the best defense against spreading COVID-19 and overwhelming our healthcare system. Cover your face, wash your hands frequently, and practice social distancing. These 3 simple steps offer the best protection until we have a vaccine. Communities may be reopening, but we are not out of the woods yet. We can all do our part.
Stay safe, cover your face.
Stay safe and cover your face.
Stay safe. Cover your face.
Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live. It's Doni Jones Live, Doni Jones Live.
Hey, welcome to Doni Jones.